Alright, welcome everyone to another episode of Subnautica Modded. Now, Prime Sonic, creator of the more Cyclops upgrade mods, did release an update recently where I did try out a little bit of it in the recent live stream, but for those of you who did not see it, we're going to take a further look at it today. So, besides getting some changes to some other elements of it, one of the important things we received with this is now, under your interior modules, if you scroll to the very bottom, you'll find a Cyclops Bioreactor option, which, you know, is pretty easy enough to set up. It looks like a specimen analyzer. Actually, it is the model for the old specimen analyzer that we had originally before we got the scanner tool in the game. So we've actually got that. And as you can see, if I'm walking around right now, I cannot place it down. So it's not like you could take it and just say, hey, I'm going to toss it in here inside the base. It actually is locked to the Cyclops. So here we are on the Cyclops. If I take the same thing out, you see it's now got a flatter position for the lower part of the pedestal. It actually sits the right way. And instead of like in the base where it was kind of turned up at an angle, and it's pretty much just aimed right at me the way it normally would be with the little hatch at the beginning. And oh no, of course I am out of wiring kit stuff. Let me go take care of that. I was short just one silver ore for that. So now I'm out of silver ore. But here we go. So I have the bioreactor. And one thing you might notice is it's not giving me any kind of targeting thing right here. What you actually have to do is look at the base of it. And you'll see we have a notification for how much power is in it, much like the other bioreactors. The original bioreactor in the base, you've got a limit of 500 that it can hold from the fish that it is composting, or, you know, the... wrong button. Okay. I ate too many fish instead of putting them in. Below zero is different on the key combination. Instead, it's left click to transfer. That's throwing me off. But you can see it's already draining. And one nice thing about this is it shows you the value of what's in there. Unfortunately, this does not transfer to the existing bioreactors in your base, only for this part. But you can see 630 is going to reach 200 power. And then at that point, it's going to actually feed into the power production when necessary. There's no balancing with this. The only mod part of this that is going to be at the very end is, of course, our massive amount of power production coming from the nuclear reactor modules. And as you can see, they've got a new icon. It's no longer just the hazard type icon. Now it looks like a reactor rod. Okay, so here we have this one that is already drained. You see there's no difference in the icon, so you cannot look at the icon and get a quick idea. You're still going to have to come in here and look at the power level. But once this is drained, I mean completely depleted, not partially depleted, fully depleted, we can refill it with a reactor rod and put it back in. Now another thing you'll notice is I do have the fish overflow distributor mod going, which should take excess fish and dump them into the bioreactors. This does not apply here because this is not part of the same base, even though it's close by. So you will be manually putting your fish in here. And now I'm actually putting the right ones in, the right button. I cannot take them out just like a regular bioreactor. But now I have, let's see, that is 4 of them. So that's over 2,400, actually that's 2520 power. So what does this mean for you if you use the bioreactor? Well, it is extra power that you can fill up conveniently from either when you stop at your base and you get some stuff from your alien containment. You can always carry stuff in either a container or an aquarium. Or, of course, you can just say, I'm going to use this as an emergency power supply when I am out and about, and fill it up with fish that I collect in the water around me. If you collect big fish, you're obviously going to be a bit limited on what you can use. You can at least fit a single piece of alien feces in there if you really want to, but be warned, as I've said in my best bioreactor fuel videos, you only get 300 power from the alien feces. I just got over 2,500 power from those 4 Oculus. So it's a lot more effective to use some of the small fish than using sea treader poop. Okay, so now to answer a question that people have been asking me, and I could not really answer this because I had not tried this since early access, but you can see I have 2 cuttlefish here. They've been here for a little while. They are not breeding. So no, you cannot reproduce cuttlefish. So be nice to people and throw your extra eggs into a, time capsule. Let people get bonus eggs so they have a lot of cuttlefish. I feel like I'm getting towards the point now. With all the mods I've tried quite a few, and I'm sure there's going to be updates to them, and I can still play with that a little bit in the live streams. But in terms of just testing out mods, I've found a good balance of mods that I like and want to actually use in the game that I feel enhance my gameplay, make it a little bit more enjoyable. Do I need every feature of these? No, not necessarily. I don't really need 6 solar chargers and 6 thermal reactors. It's useful to have a few of them in the live stream so I can not worry about having to stop and recharge power cells, but it's not for normal use. It's just for a special use so I can actually build a lot. So it is time now. Hopefully I'm close enough to my base and my Cyclops to do this. It's time to go ahead and call it an end, and let's build the Neptune rocket. Well, I'm not close enough to make everything I need straight from my base and Cyclops, so I'm going to have to make trips back to get the different pieces. But yes, we're going to go ahead and call it an end to this season. I feel it's been a successful season, and we've had a lot of stuff going on. I've done a lot of things. Yes, I did play the story, but the focus was more on trying out mods and seeing how it enhanced things, and I feel very successful with that because we've got quite a few nice mods that have enhanced gameplay a good bit. I mean, maybe not to the way you might want to play it, but I certainly found a lot of mods I like, as I said, and hopefully you found a few that interested you as well. Okay, one more note. Even though it might say you have all the items you need for this, EasyCraft does not apparently pull from resources on the base or Cyclops, because my nickel ore was in the Cyclops and it said I had it, but it would not use it. So is this the end for Subnautica right now? Absolutely not. We're still going to have the live streams on Saturdays, and I am going to start a second mod of the season, this time focusing on a very specific mod. I will still have the other ones that I like that I've been using, but there's a new mod I want to try that does a really significant overhaul to the gameplay itself. So it's not as simple as just throwing it in and saying, hey, you can build this one extra thing. So it's going to be a big season focusing on exploring that entire mod, and hopefully it turns out to be a really good one. But that is going to be it for today's video and for this season of Subnautica Modded. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button. Leave me a comment below and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.